and welcome to slide pack 20 of the financial modeling program. What I plan to cover here today is the what if analysis, and I'll explain that in the Excel sheet directly. So now if we go back to our DCF calculation, what you'll see here is that the enterprise value is significantly impacted by the discount rate. So if I change the discount rate from 14% to, let's just say, 20%, you can see that the enterprise value has gone down to 86.5 million. If I make this 20% a 10%, then it's gone up to 112.8 million. So the enterprise value clearly is quite sensitive to the discount rate. Now, the thing is, the discount rate, as you remember, is the weighted average cost of capital in a DCF valuation, which is basically the weighted cost of equity plus the weighted cost of debt. And as much as you think you can get this down to an accurate number, someone that's equally intelligent as you can give you very good reasoning for why it shouldn't be 14%, but why 18 is the better number to use. So my point is, it's very hard to pin down the WACC and say this is exactly what the WACC should be, because the WACC depends on a whole bunch of inferences that you make about the company, about the environment that the company is in, etc. So it's an inexact science. So from that perspective, what you like to do is do some what if analysis to figure out what if the interest rate changes, or what if the WACC isn't 14%, but it really is 18% or 20% or 10%. So Excel, using a data table function, lets you do this analysis very quickly, and it lets you capture it very nicely. Now, the other thing that you'd see here is that if you look at terminal value, the terminal value refers to the value in cell 037, which is our projected cash flow for the last year, and it's multiplied by D35. So if I scroll over to D35, that is a multiple of enterprise value to EBITDA. Now, we've assumed 6. What if 6 is not the right number, but the right number is 8 or 5 or 4? So, Excel lets you do an analysis on up to 2 variables very easily using their data tables, and that's something that I want to show you right now, so you can incorporate some of this into your analysis. So what we have here is we've got the interest rate changing from 10 to 12 to 14 to 16 to 18 to 20 at the top here in row 60. What I have changing here from 4, 5, 6, 7 to 8 is the multiple for the enterprise value based on EBITDA. So this is what currently impacts our terminal value formula. And what I want to find out is how is all of this going to impact the enterprise value that I'm trying to calculate. So what I can do is take my cursor to the top left here and then select this entire area and then go to data and table. So Excel is going to say, okay, fine, I see that you have a bunch of numbers in a row at the very top that go from 10 to 20%. What exactly is that cell that you're trying to change here? So I go and tell Excel that, look, it's the discount rate that I'm trying to change. Then Excel says you've got input in columns, which is the 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. What number are you trying to change here? What does this represent in your columns? So I go to D35 and I say, look, this is the enterprise value by last 12 months EBITDA ratio that I'm trying to change. And then I say, okay. And that's all I do. And in a jiffy, Excel says, look, here's what is going to happen if you change your interest rate or if you change the terminal value multiple. And this is a very nice table that you can present to your management and say, look, here's a sensitivity analysis. Now, as you'll see here, I've in this box highlighted the 14% interest rate that we'd started out with. In fact, let me just change that to 14. And 6 was the multiple that we used in our initial DCF calculation. So at 14% and a 6 multiple for terminal value, we've got an enterprise value of 101,045,643, which is exactly the same as what we had calculated. Now watch what happens if I change this to 20%. Keeping the terminal value multiple at 6, it changes the enterprise value to 86,564,747. Now, if I let that 20% be and I go to cell D35 and I say, you know, 5 is not right, I think 8 is more like it, or your CEO says, I'm going to change that to an 8. So as opposed to going there and making a change and trying to see what the value is, your data table says that it really should be 101,671,029. And that is exactly what the calculation also does. So a data table is a very simple and effective way to see how the enterprise value changes based on different values for your interest rate or your terminal value multiple, or you know, these two variables could be anything that you decide to change. So hopefully this would be something that you'd find to be very useful in the work that you do going forward. Now, another thing that I want to show you is that if you want to present this in your PowerPoint, all you do is you copy this and then you go to your PowerPoint, and let's just go here, and I'm just going to open up a new slide, and then I go into edit and I go into paste special and I say paint this as a picture, and I can either call it a Windows meta file or an enhanced meta file. And so I pick enhanced meta file and I say okay. And so what that does is that actually sticks in your Excel data into your PowerPoint presentation, and if you select it, it'll give you these little circles, tiny circles in the corners, and you can drag those circles to proportionally increase the size, and you can use your arrow keys left and right and up and down to move it around, and you can actually present data along with text in your PowerPoint slide presentations that you might have to make of your model to senior management or investors on Wall Street or what have you. So with that, we will conclude slide pack 20. Thank you very much.